friends, welcome back to Garden Adventures. I'm Mary, and today we are going to be talking about planning our very early spring flower bed and a few other springy things. I garden in Zone 6B, Western New York, in Niagara Falls, New York, so an urban garden, very small, and so I really need to plan. It has to be, a well thought out plan where I'm putting things and how I'm going to lay out my flower beds because I don't have a ton of space. So let's jump right in and take a look at the plan.
I hope you can see this. So this is two pictures that I took separately of my front yard in the summer last year, and I tried to line them up. It's not perfect, but I think you get the idea. So these two areas that sort of jut out, and I have grass in the middle here. And okay, so first things first, for this summer, these two wings here are my cool season hardy annual flower beds. This one is already planted where my finger is. This one I planted in the fall. And this one is prepped and ready for the spring. Let me put a picture of it. Even though it is snow covered, I do have Bio 360, and then on top of that is a silage tarp. I have some pallet wood and landscape stones holding down the silage tarp. I'll remove all that. That should have kept the soil a little bit warmer. And so when I remove the silage tarp, the Bio 360 has black side up, so it will help, again, absorb the sunshine. This side does get more sun than this side. The reason I put this in the fall is because the tree lost all its leaves. So it does get a little more sun in the winter because the tree is not leafed out. So I'm hoping that this side is doing well. I'm a little worried about it, but nothing I can do now. I experimented. We'll see how it goes. So let me start over here. So I do have larkspur, bachelor button, and bupleurum planted that I direct seeded in the fall in this 3x3 section right here. And I tried to leave a little area for stepping. And then way over here, I have snapdragons, rudbeckia, nigella, more bupleurum. Now, I'm going to scoot this over a little more. This section that is showing grass at the base, I did end up covering that, and I am going to plant 2 rows of 8 stock plants. That is where I'm going to plant my first succession of stock. So right down here, I'm going to try to plant 8 across in 2 rows. So they're going to be pretty tight together. And I'm hoping that promotes upward growth because they're competing for the sun. And again, because early spring, that tree isn't fully leafed out yet. So I'm hoping that's a good spot for stock in the early spring. And then if you come over here, this area right here, and over and then down is about 3 feet wide, and I will be planting more snapdragon, more stock, bupleurum, lots of straw flower. I have successions of straw flower, a bellflower or campanula, and the ranunculus is going to go in the ground next to this flower bed. So right in here, I'm going to plant the ranunculus. I do have some Dutch iris rhizomes planted in here, but there should be enough room for 2 rows of ranunculus. So that's what's going in this flower bed. So I am doing everything on 6-inch spacing. So I should 6 across of each. So everything is on the 6-inch spacing. I'm just sticking with it, except stock. I'm going to plant that much closer together. I'm going to plant at least 8 across, maybe 10. We'll see. They just don't need as much room. They're a single cut. Okay, last thing I want to show you on this planning document that I have is that I'm going to keep a path that is about 18 inches wide. That will be grass. So I'll have this little grass pathway in here. And I may get some stepping stones or something along the way.
But this section is going to be about 10 feet long. It might be a little bit longer than 10 feet and about 4 feet wide. And that is going to be my warm season tender annual planting space. So I will be putting cardboard down and soil on top of it. I'm going to grab some compost, probably potting soil that I still have in containers that I didn't dump from last year yet. That will be in here. And then I will plant sunflowers, my very first succession of sunflowers, zinnias, celosia, basil. I feel like there's one other thing I wanted to plant in here. Maybe the snow on the mountain euphorbia. I will be dotting sunflowers in this flower bed again this year, but they will be planted much closer together. All right. I hope using a diagram helped. I'm not sure how well you could see that, but I thought it would help kind of just put things into perspective for you. So as soon as that snow melts out front, I will be putting in the cardboard and the compost on top of it to get that flower bed ready. I'm hopeful that the snow out front will melt this week. Although there's like 5 inches of snow out there, so I'm not really sure. So that's where I am in my very early spring planting. I do need to get the hoops up, and I need to get the Hardening netting in so that I have the proper spacing. Like I said, I'm going to do the 6-inch spacing, and that netting has 6-inch squares. So that will be very helpful. So I need to get that netting in the ground and the hoops on this week. But guys, I hope this encourages you that, you know, hardy annuals are pretty hardy. I do have them outside. They're living outside right now. They are on a table, but they are living outside. For 2 days, I brought them in and out. And even though I only have 3 flats, it's a lot bringing flowers in and out like that. So they are covered and living outside. I do have them covered more so that the birds and squirrels will stay away from them. And as opposed to the weather, they're protected under the awning on the patio. So I'm not really worried about, you know, the temperatures per se. Like I said, they are protected. It is a little warmer on there. The wind isn't so bad. You know, it is all a grand experiment this year. This is my first year doing a cut flower garden. I hope I'm going to get some cool season hardy annuals to bloom early. My tulips are already popping up out of the ground. My daffodils are definitely popping up. But guys, the wild onions are insane. That is exactly what's popping up out of the ground. They love cool weather. I need to do something about those. If you have a solution to wild onions, please tell me. Please let me know. The struggle is real with those things.
So here are the ranunculus. This is the ranunculus mix side right here that has a little more growth on it. And then this is the happy mix side. There's my little sign. And they do have some root growth on this side, more root growth than top growth on the happy mix. Just want them nestled in, tucked in there. Okay, tucked in. And so, yeah, they have about a week and I'll get them in the ground. All right. It is currently 37 degrees. It is March 2nd, and I'm going to hopefully plant these out next week at some point towards the end of the week. So each day I'm going to bring them out and expose them for longer durations to the cooler temperatures outdoors. So it's 37 now. It's supposed to get up to 40 degrees. So I think I'm going to leave them out for a couple of hours. I'll bring them in. Tomorrow I'll leave them out longer. Each day I'll leave them out a little longer. And now it is Sunday, March 5th, and they are living outside, my little seedlings, under the netting.
Guys, if you're enjoying watching all of my seed starting and this cool season hardy annual process, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would really help promote the videos and allow me to do even more. All right, guys, that's what I've got going on this week in Niagara Falls, New York. And I hope you are getting your hands dirty and getting into your garden. I have lots of cleanup that I'll need to be doing this week as well. So yeah, lots going on. We're getting there. We are getting there. I'm excited. So my mom called me this morning to tell me she saw a robin. I saw one yesterday. We're getting there. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.